Your network is your net worth. Be around people that are leveling up, that are creating wealth, that are winners, that have got the right mindset, that are positive people. Who is it that you have within your circle right now that forces you to level up?
My team. I only have people around me that don't trust me. I only have people around me that I don't trust. Because trust is a word that's used in given. So I've got Wasim Hanif, who used to be the director of Emirates Airlines. Mm-hmm. David Sunderland, who is used to be the licensing officer of the government. David Masters used to be the sales manager for, I don't know if I should mention that company, but he was, and I'm surrounded by good people that are more intelligent than me, sharper than me. I've just got one thing that they haven't. I've got fear that drives me. And we've all got that fear, that you can either do two things. It can destroy you or drive you. I've chosen to allow my fears to drive me. So who forces me to level up, apart from the bank manager, no, who forces me to level up is my team.
Yeah. And
I mentioned earlier, am I okay to go on?
Yeah, go for it, yeah.
Because I know it's a quick fire, so apologies. I want you to take as much out of me as what I get from here, because it also allows me to listen to my own words, because it's great giving advice. Sometimes we have to accept our own advice. I live by a couple of things, which is don't trust me and I won't trust you. Because the word trust is a wonderful word, but what it is actually not saying trust me. It's actually saying believe me, I'm right, I'm not wrong. And I love the people that go, trust me. And actually it's their mate and 4 other people before them that told them something that they believe, so they want you to believe it. It's an enforcement of information that they're right. I want people around me that go, I'm checking. Because do you know something? I make a lot less mistakes when my team check for me. And I look like a genius. I get to stand on their shoulders. A lot of people go, yeah, but you're a trustworthy guy. I go, credibility's got nothing to do with it. I don't hire people to accept what I say. I bring people on board to check what I say to make sure I'm getting it right. And do you know it works?
Amazing, thank you very much. So just digging into some of the main questions now, and I'm gonna cut out some of my questions so we can spend the time answering the members' questions here today, just because we're a little bit stuck for time. So I'm gonna jump in a little bit further on in your journey, and I'm gonna say, if you were at £1 million in business right now and you wanted to get to 10 million, what would be some practical advice that you could give the guys in the room to scaling up? What would be 3 things that they would need to look at?
Okay. Very, very, very important when you're scaling a business up. Do you mind if I stand?
No, go for it.
Right. I've scaled many businesses up, many businesses. Some I've failed at. My failings were the ones that worked better for the acknowledgement. When you're at a level here...
Sorry, Alfie, is that going to knock out the camera if he stands up, or is he all right? Just because we're filming you off 3 cameras.
Is that
I don't want to kill the footage, so do you mind sitting down? Is that all right? Sorry, I know you're passionate and want to get up. But
forgive me, I can't, but I am passionate about business, so I just can't help but express. When you're trading at a level, and let's just say, and I use the phrase because Charlie was on earlier, you're up there.
Cue Charlie.
Cue Charlie. Couldn't have played it that better.
Good night.
Thanks, man. See you later. Last time we saw this guy, we was in Dubai and he was outside the window and he's come round and ended up having breakfast together.
Yeah. So Alfie's great and everyone's different, and but great story, and I've learned a lot of this fella. Good luck, mate. Thanks very much.
Thank you so much, my man. Really appreciate you being here, buddy. Let's give him a round of applause. Thank you, mate. Love it.
I'll use the word, I'll start with plumbing, because Charlie's just walked in. So let's just say you're a plumber, you're out on the tools, you're doing fantastic. Your business is going well, you decide to put another van on the road. So now you've got a business, because you have to be careful when calling yourself a businessman in business, because you may not have a business. What you may have is ownership of a job. And how you know that is if you go to work and you get paid to do a job, but you don't go to work the next day and you don't get paid, you don't have a business. You can't sell that business, or if you can, you're lucky. What you have is a paid job. That's what you have. You have ownership of a job, nothing more. Because you're not getting paid if you don't go to work. So scaling up is very important. And there are so many people that fail at it, moi included. And you have to be acceptable to earning less yourself when you're scaling a business up. And you have to be acceptable to take pain to get to a level. So you start with yourself, you're earning good money, your business is going fine, you then take on another van. Now what you're doing is still your own job, but you're managing that person. Because that person drinks 5 cups of tea a day. Those cups of tea take 15 minutes a day. He's being paid, I don't know, £50 an hour. So he's had 50 quid's worth of your cup of teas that you've been paying for while he's had a chat. Doesn't sound a lot, but 365 days a year. Then he decides to take your van down the road to get his shopping. Then he decides to slip off and do a job on his own. They're all things you have to be accountable for, or all things you have to be recognised for. A lot of people don't want to talk about it, but they're facts. And that, in my book, is stealing. I don't care how you write it up, how you put it, it's stealing. But it's worse than stealing because it's stealing from the man that keeps you going. Then you put another van on the road and another van. So you've now got 3 vans and yourself. You can no longer commit to the work that you're doing and manage 3 people, because you've got to hear about their wife, you've got to hear about their kids, you've got to hear about, oh, he's got the stomach ache. But he really ain't got the stomach ache. He was watching the football before, the same football match that you were watching. And I see so many people become friends with their work colleagues. And that's fine. But remember, work is work, business is business. And a job is a job. And at that point, you have to take a transition to becoming a manager. And you have to take a pay cut. And the reason you take a pay cut is because you're not on the tools anymore. You're not out there making the best of your business. Because you're not going to stand there and do 5 cups of tea a day, because you know you get to the next job quicker, you're getting paid quicker and more money in your pocket. It's like a vicious circle. So when you then step down, and this is where people fail in stepping up to businesses, because they go, I was earning more money when I was doing this myself. But what they forgot is they didn't own a business, they owned a job. And it takes 2 steps of promotion in your business, of you becoming a better manager, you taking on more vans and earning less, because you're managing people that are not going to do or work as hard as you. And then it takes the 3rd step of when you then are on the same money as what you were when you were running out of 1 van yourself. But on the 4th step, and please believe me, I have these steps written into protocols that I use in business, and they've worked on every business. At that point, what you've now set up is a system, process, and procedures that allow you to really scale up. That's why you see businesses that get to, say, 10 vans and then explode, because the systems and process and procedures are in place. But you have to adapt, you have to change. And the systems, process, procedures. System, process, procedure. And the more that's automated, the easier your life will be. And the point I go back to is don't trust anybody. Don't trust they're going to turn up. Check. And check after that the customer was satisfied. Do you know why? After the 5th time, you won't have to check because they'll expect it. And I love it, don't you, when sometimes, don't you trust me? Oh, it's customer service.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no, it's amazing advice. Who's experienced that? Yeah, give him a round of applause. Let's